Ignite, from dreams to reality.
My name is Femi Lunge. I'm one of the co-founders and director of Open Living Labs and Programs here at Co-Creation Hub. Went to Obafemi Awolowo University where I studied electrical electronics engineering. But halfway through, I realized that I'm more passionate around things that involve helping people develop. And so after university, I worked in the non-profit sector, first with an organization that I joined when I was in university called ISEC, which incidentally is how I met my co-founders and partners here at Co-Creation Hub. We've been discussing this. How do we create an environment where people who have ideas can actually bring them to life in Nigeria? Co-Creation Hub is the result of that dream. My name is Adetunji Elesho, and I lead on pre-incubation and research at the Co-Creation Hub Nigeria. I have a bachelor's degree in estate management from the Obafemi Awolowo University, finished in 2001 with top honors. For us, coming back home and trying to do that here was a major challenge, primarily because the general belief is this is Africa. Nothing works or nothing new and innovative in the sense with which we're looking at it could work here. The challenge was now, how do we make it work here in Nigeria? And so we had to do a few iterations of our model and our approach to help the market see that we could actually bring people together and harness their creativities to make things work. And having done that, it was easy. It helped us garner support from major organizations, international organizations, and that eventually helped us to break that barrier, that early barrier of a startup trying to make things happen here. The second challenge is around what kind of support do they require in terms of knowledge? Because we've seen very clearly, the average individual will come to you and tell you that funding is his major challenge. He has this fantastic, brilliant idea, but he doesn't have funds to make it happen. We know that that's not the case. And so what we've done, or what we're attempting to do and we're seeing gradually, is to work with partners and to identify partners who believe in what we are doing and make sure that there's some level of seed funding available to these ideas. So again, for us, the challenge is around having that commitment and the diligence from people, from individuals, from organizations who are willing to see their ideas become sustainable ventures in the future. When we started off the hub, we started with grants, which we got from Media Networks in the US, the Indigo Trust in the US, the Schmidt Foundation in the US. But we've also been able to, we also do work and we partner with all the major technology companies in Nigeria, from Google to Nokia to Samsung to BlackBerry RIM to Main One Cable. And what we've been able to do to them is sell to them the business case of them supporting our work. We want to create an environment where every Nigerian feels empowered, because for many years, Nigerians won't solve the social problem. They'll tell you it's the government's job to do it. And so what CC Hub does is we've created an environment where people who have ideas can come and find and meet other people who can help them bring their ideas to life. My expectation as well is that in 5 years' time, we'll be able to point to success story ventures that have come out of CC Hub, both the ones that are purely for social value and the ones that are purely for commercial value and the ones that are in between. So our intention is that in 5 years' time, we'll be able to point to, and the world will be able to say, and you'll be able to say, oh yeah, this guy here, they came out of CC Hub, that guy, they came out of CC Hub. Because for us, let's create the environment where people feel free to create. If there is anything that I think drives the work we do in CC Hub, is the fact that a better Nigeria is possible, and that to take the average person in Nigeria stepping up to the plate.
Ignite, from dreams to reality.
You've got to see within the people that you want to service, separate. Find the ones that are your core consumers. You then must determine if they are enough. Because you could find 20, you could find 50. But if you find 20 or you find 50 for mobile food business, that doesn't mean that the business is viable. Why? For every business, there's a break-even point. There's a minimum number that she must sell to even cover the cost of being in business. It's important that she first finds the break-even number, and the profit starts from the next one person. So if 50 is her break-even number, and all she can get is 49, and she sacrifices like 6 months trying to build up, and she's not able to move away from the 49, she'll be servicing every single one of the 49 people at a loss. Ultimately, her capital will disappear because she's subsidizing the food she's delivering. It looks like business because she's delivering 49 packs of food every day and money is coming in. But the money is not enough to keep the business going. After a while, she wonder where her capital disappeared to. That's why some businesses lose their capital. So the consumers are there, but haven't narrowed down to the specific consumers that she can service. They are not enough for a sustainable business. What must she do? Either she finds other areas or other ways to increase the number, and if she does and she can't do it, yeah, she can advertise, she can do all of those things. So, having done all, if the numbers do not justify the business, it means that there's a need, but the need is not substantial. And therefore, it cannot sustain a business. So the only way that business can continue to exist is if, using the same skill and the same resources, there's another income stream she can draw from it that will then make the total business profitable. Do you understand what I'm saying? What kind of opportunities can exist there? Mobile? No. Let me give you an example so that we don't waste time. You see, when you're selling to people who work within an office, if your food is good and you're smart enough to develop a relationship with them, when they need to do something in their office and they need food supplied, you've made that contact. You can leverage on the network of the people you're delivering food to because your food has spoken for you and has created an opportunity. Which means that you might have started out just wanting to deliver mobile food to the offices. But the people you're servicing in the office then say, oh, we have a 10 o'clock meeting 3 times a week. Do you mind if you deliver the food for that meeting? That becomes another income stream, leveraging off the same customers, using the same infrastructure. She's not buying additional things to do that, but she's expanding the business around that. And maybe from that, they will ask her for their party. Their son, his birthday is going to be 10, and in school, he needs to take food back to school. I like your food. I like the way you pack it. Can you prepare 25 packs for my son's birthday in class? Is the business different? Is the same pack, same way, presented, packaged, but ready for another use? Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, so the office alone didn't work in this case. The classification of the consumer changed a little, applying the same model. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, what makes customer segmentation very critical?
In terms of segmentation, I think pricing, the price, how you price your products to the market, that will determine your segmentation.
There are 2 ways to that. You use the price to go after the customer, or use the customer to determine the price. It can work both ways. Okay, another contribution. Okay.
I think to segment a market, it depends on the needs of your customers. You must identify their needs. Identifying the needs is actually by classifying, know your market, like know the needs of these people. So you have to look at it like, okay, these people are the low income earners. You look at the middle income earners, and you look at the people that are on the top of the pyramid to segment your market.
Okay, thank you. Now, is it possible for you to go after multiple markets at the same time? Okay. I want you guys to analyze that. Because you've just said yes very clearly, but don't forget that at the early stage of your business, can you? Good. It's good to go through all of this. You can't go after all the different levels of the market at the same time. Even when you can see the different consumer groups, don't allow greed, which is a major killer in business, to push you to act irrationally.